Squid Game introduced us to many grim characters within the games. There are guards, leaders, and very powerful individuals. But how much do we know about these characters? Where do they come from? Today on CharlieTales, we will analyze everyone involved in these terrible games and explain their roles in the hierarchy of Squid Game. Ready? Let's begin. Let's start with the lowest rung of the hierarchy. This position is occupied by the soldiers with circle masks. They are responsible for tasks with the least responsibility. They don't make decisions, they never speak, and in fact, they aren't even allowed to carry weapons. The circles only handle small tasks that don't require much intelligence. For example, they deliver the contracts for players to sign or distribute food daily. But they also have more important roles. They are responsible for receiving participants when they arrive from the outside. Remember that all players arrive at the island unconscious. The circles undress them, take their belongings, and then put them in the green uniforms. Of course, the circles are also present during the games, but they play a more innocent role. They silently give instructions or make explanatory gestures. For example, one is seen in the Six Legs game, giving directions to the players. As mentioned before, they do not carry weapons, and their instructions are executed only with gestures, since they are not allowed to speak. They also handle unpleasant tasks, like cleaning and maintaining order. They manage the corpses of the players. They don't kill anyone, but are present to collect the bodies of eliminated players and place them in coffins to be cremated. In general, they do the dirty work no one else wants. Let's move to the second rung, the triangles. They are the muscle of the operation. They carry the most aggressive weapons and are responsible for killing the most players. They wield machine guns because they need them to eliminate multiple players in a single burst. They are responsible for eliminating disqualified players in the games. Sometimes they also use other weapons, such as sniper rifles, since they need to shoot from a distance in games like the doll game. The triangles play a fundamental role as they control the players and are the first line of defense for the higher-ups. During Gi-hun's uprising, they were seen as the main enemies. If we pay attention, we notice that Gi-hun and his friends fought against an army of triangle guards. The triangles are the most at risk in the hierarchy of the games and have the highest chances of dying. Moving up the hierarchy, we come to the guards with square masks. They have more responsibilities. They are in charge of explaining the rules and generally ensure everything runs smoothly during the games. They take on a leadership role among the guards. Remember that the lower ranks are not allowed to speak or make important decisions. The squares are always at the forefront. In episode 3, we see that a square is the one who received the players and explained the tournament rules. Since only they can speak, we always see them giving instructions to the players. As for weapons, they don't carry machine guns like the triangles because they don't kill many players. The squares only carry a handgun and use it when an important decision needs to be made, such as eliminating a specific player. For example, in Season 1, a square directed the final game between Gi-hun and Sang-woo, carrying only a pistol to shoot the losing player. These characters are more connected to the higher hierarchies. They have direct contact with the frontman, and some have even seen his face. We know this because, in the final episode, one of them recognized the frontman without his mask. But before saying anything, he was killed. This young man was a square. Additionally, only squares have the authority to enter the control room. When Gi-hun tried to enter, he used a square mask, so a sensor would open the door for him. Squares usually lead the triangles. In several scenes, we notice many triangles surrounding a square because they follow their orders. During the games, there is usually only one square in charge, but there are many triangles and circles. In exceptional situations, we see squares using machine guns and entering the battlefield. At the season finale, squares are seen carrying these weapons as Gi-hun was about to enter the control room. But this was a very exceptional case. They had to personally defend the control room. Gi-hun tried to overpower them, but ultimately failed. Continuing with the hierarchy, we have the guard with the square mask and black suit. This character is new, and his role is limited to replacing the frontman when he is unavailable. He is responsible for directing the games and leading all the pink guards. In Season 1, we didn't see him because, at that time, the frontman directed everything. Now the black-suited guard is necessary since the frontman decided to enter the games. We don't know much about this character, but we understand that he was likely a pink guard many years ago. Here I want to step out of the hierarchy to mention a special character, the recruiter. He works outside the games and is responsible for bringing players to the tournament. It's hard to place him in the hierarchy, but at least we can place him above the pink guards, since in episode 1, he mentioned he was a pink guard many years ago. If we want to place him in a leadership level, we could rank him alongside the black-suited guard. However, the recruiter is a special case. He operates outside the games. We never see him leading anything on the island, so we can't confirm if he can give orders to the other guards, even though he is indeed more important than them. I'll make an exclusive video about the recruiter another day. Returning to the internal hierarchy, let's move to the frontman. He is the director of the games. His authority is absolute over all the pink guards, and even over the recruiter. In Season 1, we saw him more in this role, as he dedicated 100% of his time to directing everything. In Season 2, things changed as he decided to enter the games as a player, leaving another guard in charge. This makes it clear that the frontman has such high value in the hierarchy that he can even make unusual decisions, like joining the games. He practically has no one giving him direct orders. We know that in the past, he was a regular player, but he won in 2015, earning the favor of the games' creator, the elderly Il-nam. The frontman connected so well with the games' philosophy that Il-nam chose him as his replacement. The frontman is incredibly important and has almost total power over the games and their organization. But there is someone above the frontman. This is where the VIPs come in. They are the absolute leaders of the games. They are above everyone, and no one can give them orders. They are essentially a group of millionaires from all over the world who focus solely on watching the games and betting on them. The VIPs do have hierarchy and decision-making power, but they never intervene since they are only interested in enjoying the spectacle. They usually appear only for the finals of the games. In Season 1, they were present, but in Season 2, they have yet to arrive. They wear animal masks because their identities are the organization's biggest secret. Their main role is to fund everything with their money, but they also played a significant role in creating the games. In Season 1, the elderly Il-nam told Gi-hun that Squid Game was born as an initiative of his, along with his millionaire friends. Il-nam mentioned that they were bored, so they created these games to entertain themselves. This indicates that the VIPs, along with Il-nam, created the games and likely decided many aspects of them. Finally, let's move to the top rung. This was occupied by the elderly Il-nam. He was the absolute creator of the games. He was a millionaire who got rich through loans. Essentially, he was a VIP like the others, but with one significant difference. Almost everything we see in Squid Game came from his mind. We know this because the tournament games are based on South Korean children's games, and Il-nam was from that country, so most of the ideas came from him. Additionally, Il-nam stands out from the other VIPs because he wore a more decorated mask, even adorned with jewels. Before his death, Il-nam had immense importance in the games, but with his passing, the other VIPs remain in control. And with that, we conclude the hierarchy of Squid Game. That's all for today. If you liked the video, you'd really help me out by leaving a like. That would be legendary. Also, remember to subscribe to see more videos like this. Thanks for listening. My name is Charlie, and I'll see you in the future.